Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your October 2018 general readings. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Welcome to any newcomers. Always thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, and for those of you who continue to follow my YouTube channel, no matter where I'm at. I do like to travel quite a bit, as those of you who follow me regularly know. I am still in Eastern Europe. However, I am recording and posting these at the end of September, and by the beginning first couple of days of October, I'll be back home in California, so I look forward to seeing you there for the mid-month readings. But thank you for following me, and for all of my regular and new clients, thank you for continuing to reach out and keep me so busy with personal one-on-one readings, regardless of what corner of the world I'm in. Always an honor and a pleasure. If any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, live or recorded, you can get more information and contact details by either clicking on the description bar of all the videos I post, or you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage and click on the little About button there. Please feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. Turnaround time is pretty fast because I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is what I do. And I can usually get back to you within the first 24 hours of your initial contact. So if you're interested, send me an email. We'll go from there. You can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy. That link is also provided. Okay, let's get right into this. This reading is for the Earth sign of Virgo for the month of October 2018. Remember, general readings always resonate a little differently for everybody watching. So for additional insight and clarity, if you know your rising and moon sign, watch those as well. Okay, Virgo, October 2018. Let's see what's in store for you. We have the Six of Wands with the Lovers. Interesting. We have the Eight of Wands and the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles with the Three of Cups. Beautiful way to wrap up the month. And your overall focus and energy and advice for the month of October 2018 is the Ace of Cups. Interesting reading, Virgo. I'm curious as to what's going on with some of you. Looks like some of you may be operating a little covertly or in secrecy, or not talking about something or keeping something close to your chest. We have that kind of energy around the middle of the month or the third week or so, time always being a little fluid in general readings, with the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. The Seven of Swords is a card that can sometimes represent theft, deception, slipperiness. It's sometimes called the Thief card, but the Thief card gets a bad rap sometimes, because sometimes we need to operate a little secretly or deceptively in order to achieve something or accomplish a goal for ourselves, although of course it's never good to do that if it's harmed somebody in some way because of karma coming back to us. But it can represent just being secretive, not talking about something, keeping your cards, playing your cards fairly close to your chest, kind of operating in an unorthodox way, or not talking about your plans or what you're doing. It can represent outright theft too. If some of you have been stolen from, or it could be the two of you, maybe the two of you. I don't know why I said the two of you. Maybe well, because there's a relationship thing here too with the Lovers. So hopefully you're not like embezzling from the company and then jumping on a plane. I had that energy for somebody for a sign yesterday. I did. Okay, so your overall energy for the month is the Ace of Cups. Now, aces represent the number one, so they always represent a new path, a new beginning, or the opportunity for a new path or new beginning. Cups is water energy, and in the tarot, this is the energy of our emotions and our feelings, and also the area of our life that deals with relationships. So this is emotional new beginnings. Sometimes this card shows up for new love and romance. Some of you might be meeting somebody new, or in starting or in a relationship that's fairly new and fresh. For others of you, it represents, having a new beginning that you feel very positive and hopeful about, kind of the heart opening up again, emotional renewal. Some of you, it might be renewal within an already existing relationship. And for those of you, this may not have anything to do with a relationship reading at all. It could be that whatever else you're you're involved in, or the month of October is centered around a situation, it looks like there's this hope, there's a hopeful new beginning, or the hope for a new beginning, which has you feeling very positive, and the beginnings of a positive emotional atmosphere for you. Some of you might be meeting somebody new with new love and romance, experiencing emotional renewal within an already existing relationship, or it could be somebody new for some of you, because at the end of September, beginning of October, we have the Six of Wands and the Lovers around the first week or so. The Six of Wands is a card of victory, of triumph after a struggle, after a challenge. It's also a card that can represent public recognition. Some of you may be being publicly recognized for something, winning an award, a bonus, a promotion, etc. It's a major win, though. This is not an insignificant card. It's not a small win. It's a major win that comes after, a fair challenge or struggle of some kind. Victory and triumph after a struggle or a challenge. The interesting thing is that what clarifies it is the Lovers. The Lovers is a card that can denote a very passionate relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic or sexual relationship, but with the Lovers, it often is, just because, well, it's the Lovers. There's obviously no lack of heat in what they feel for each other. It can represent a very passionate, enthusiastic, karmic connected relationship. But it also represents a choice, needing to make a significant choice. And it's a choice that, if it could be a choice about a significant or primary relationship, or a choice that will affect a significant or primary relationship. For example, I've seen this card come up in job, work, and career, when somebody needed to make a decision about job, work, career, or finances, and it would significantly affect their primary relationship or marriage. In the early tarot decks, this was not called the Lovers, it was called the Choice. And it showed a man standing in front of two women, the implication being that he had to make a choice, and that choice was going to significantly impact the lives of everyone involved. That is not to say that any of you watching are going to be making a decision between two potential people, or between two people, or somebody's going to be making a decision between you and somebody else. I mean, that might be the case for some of you, particularly since we have this new emotional beginning, new love and romance, or emotional renewal. For those of you for whom this may resonate as a relationship reading, it looks like you are successful in reaching a decision or a choice about a major relationship, or one that will affect a significant relationship. And I feel like for some of you, the success comes from I feel like for some of you, okay, the struggle isn't channeling what I get into something that actually sounds cohesive. I feel like for some of you, you're in a significant relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, and you're involved in you're making decisions, and you're involved in a situation together, and it affects the both of you together. But the decision and the choice isn't really about the relationship itself, but it's about something which affects the two of you together quite significantly or quite deeply. It's going to impact you. So there's that. Some of you, it's just purely about relationship. Some of you, it doesn't have anything to do with, again, centered on the relationship, but it's about something which you and your partner are involved in, or a partner. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic or sexual partner. It could be a very closely connected karmic relationship of another type as well. I know some people get really tired of, hearing all the readings being about romantic relationships when that's not what they want to hear. So some of you, this may resonate in different ways in different parts of your life, but it does look like it will affect a significant relationship or connection you have with somebody. But in a really positive, beautiful way. I mean, there's success and victory and this beginning of this emotional renewal and hopefulness again. So next we have the Eight of Wands and the Five of Swords. The Eight of Wands is a card about communication and travel, coming in very powerfully, very quickly. Some of you may be traveling. Some of you, this is news and messages coming in or being exchanged, like conversations being had. Again, in the upright position, the implication is that it's powerful and positive. What clarifies it is the Five of Swords, which is a card about a hard-won victory. It is a victory card technically. Technically because even though this man has obviously finished a battle or a challenge or a struggle of some kind and he's the victor, he's won, it's cost a lot. He's tired, worn out, exhausted. He's bleeding. I don't know if you can see it here. He's bleeding from a little cut on his forehead. It's hard for me to see without my glasses because I'm getting old and I can't see so good. Anyway, he's bleeding from a little cut on his forehead. Whatever this battle or challenge has been, winning has been hard. It hasn't been an easy fight. And sometimes the people that he's defeated that are on the ground behind him, which represent what he's been battling against, can sometimes represent that winning or coming out on top can come at the cost of personal relationships. And the accompanying question is something worth it? Has this fight been worth it? Or is it worth it if it's still continuing? Sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes the answer is no. It's difficult to say. But it looks like, I mean, sometimes this card comes up in work when someone's so ambitious and driven to get up the ladder of success that they burn friendships or step on people to do that. And we don't want to do that because of karma again. I don't think that's necessarily the case for most of you here, although it is next to the Lovers. So be careful that being victorious or winning or getting what you want doesn't come at the cost of, losing your sense of honor and personal integrity, because that kind of karmic energy does have a way of coming back to us in one form or another eventually. So it looks like there's news and messages, conversations being exchanged maybe around the second week or the middle of the month, coming in very powerfully, very positively. About this, I think, this win, this victory that you've had, even though it looks like it's been a bit of a struggle, a decision that you've made or that is being made, information coming in about something perhaps that you win. We have the Ten of Pentacles here too. Some of you, it might be you and your partner or a partner of some kind, engaged in a litigation suit, or you may be involved in something to do with inheritance or the buying or selling of property or business, particularly if it's family property or business of some kind too. Some of you may be involved with, your partner or a close family member in that as well. There's news and information coming in, and it looks like you've come out on top. You're the victor. There's a win of some kind, and it's really a great feeling. You may be keeping, and some of you, this news or messages or information that's coming in may be of a nature that is what you need. It's like information or something, some kind of piece of information or something that you need in order to win something or come out on top. You may be keeping it to yourself for a while, or you may be, next to that we have that Seven of Swords and Queen of Pentacles. I feel like for the majority of you, this Queen of Pentacles is you, male or female, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn energy, Sun, Moon, or Rising, very capable, resourceful energy. For some of you, it could be another earth sign that's significant, but in this situation this month. But I feel like for the majority of you, it's just you. But what crowns it is that card about, deceptiveness, keeping things hidden. Hopefully, and it's right next to this news or messages or information coming in. So hopefully if you're involved in some maybe legal situation or lawsuit or something to do with money or property or business, you may be having to keep some things to yourself or operating in a covert or secret manner. But again, just be careful that you're doing it in a way which still adheres as much as possible to your sense of honor and personal integrity, particularly those of you for whom this is about money or getting something, especially family money, family business, family estate, something of that, or an inheritance. Because at or towards the end of the month, we have a great energy. We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is a card about celebrating a strong social theme, getting together and being together with friends and family, people that you really connect with quite well, or people in your community. And it clarifies the Ten of Pentacles, which, in the tarot, tends represent completion, something coming to a fulfillment stage. Pentacles is earth energy. It's tangible, practical energy, money, home, finances, job, etc. The Ten of Pentacles often represents abundance, which has taken a while to build up. In the early tarot decks, this was called the inheritance card. And what does inheritance mean? It means a sense of abundance, something that you get, but it comes from the long, slow accumulation of what went in to build it up. This can represent, especially in connection to home and family money, family business, family property, family estate, etc. Or inheritance. In relationships, it can represent long-standing established relationships, long marriages, retirement, a really nice retirement after a long, career. the long, slow accumulation of something which benefits you, it comes to you in the form of this abundance or inheritance. So some of you, it might be an actual, inheritance situation, which affects you and your partner or a close family member. There may be kind of some, especially if it's a legal litigation issue, there may be some secrets or things going back and forth, which I feel, again, just be kind of careful that you maintain integrity, meaning if it's a question of like inheritance and sharing, that it's as fair and equitable as possible, even if it's not necessarily what you want, everything that you want, make sure that it's as fair and equitable as possible. Any way you look at it, it's a great month. You wrap it up by celebrating. You begin by celebrating. You wrap it up by celebrating as well. And it's about a new beginning, or the possibility or chances of a new beginning as this wraps up in a really successful way that has you feeling so good. So Virgo, that pretty much wraps up your October 2018 general reading. I hope that it has helped. Again, if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, please feel free to email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I'd be most happy to work with you and set up a reading as quickly as we can. Because I do readings full time, I'm usually pretty good at working with people's schedules. I do a lot of different types of reading: love and romance, of course, reconciliation, compatibility charting, career, work, and finance, as well as investment readings. I also do 6 and 12-month overviews, which a lot of people like because they give you a look at what's coming in your life in all the main areas for the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look. And I also do channeled messages from past on loved ones, as long as there was a strong emotional connection with the loved one. And gift readings too. We're just beginning to enter the holiday seasons, and I always get a lot of requests and orders for gift readings for friends and family members, so you may want to keep that in mind. So Virgo, I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the October 2018 mid-month readings. I look forward to seeing you when I'm back in California then. And until then, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.